Umaru Pintiri, Turaro Maiduguri, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Yobe State, Right Honorable Maiduguri. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Bombay State, ably represented by the Deputy Governor, Dr. Manasseh Daniel Jato. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Taraba State, ably represented by the Deputy Governor, Dr. Yusuf Abubakar Yusuf. Our father, the Sheikh of Borno, Al-Haji Dr. Abubakar Ibn Umar Berbe Al-Amin Al-Kanemi, and other royal fathers present here. Our elder statesman, the chairman of the Northeast Development Commission, General Paul Tarpa, retired. The chairman, Senate Committee on Special Duties, distinguished Senator Kashim Shettima, and other members of the upper chamber of the House. But mention must be made of Senator Mohammed Tahir Manguno, Senator Abdul Lingi, the mercurial Abdul Lingi is around, Senator Binos Doda Yaro, Senator Anthony Yaro Gombe South, and of course the celebrated Senator S.U. Jemkuta. And chairman of the House Committee of the House of Representatives on the Northeast Development Commission, ably represented by his Deputy Right Honorable Kabiru Yusuf Al-Haji, and other members of the House of Representatives present here. I can only mention the owner of Maiduguri, Right Honorable Abdul Qadir Rahis, the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, my son, His Excellency the Deputy Governor of Borno State, Honorable Umar Usman Kadapur. Our DNC, no, failure to identify him will cost me very dearly. Mahmoud Ali Bakar Dalori. The MD of the Northeast Development Commission and members of the board of the Northeast Development Commission, especially my very good friend, Mutiu Lawal Are. He came all the way from Lagos to attend this occasion. The speakers of Borno and Yobe State Houses of Assembly and members of the two states Houses of Assembly present here, members of the Borno State Security Council, I have to recognize their tremendous sacrifices for the enthronement of peace in the Northeast. Our political leaders, too numerous to mention, members of the Borno State Executive Council, ably headed by the SSP. Our prominent personalities, Borno elders, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. 10 years ago, Your Excellencies, a lot of our emirs here were emirs without emirates. 10 years ago, the place that Governor Zulum calls home, Mapa, was under the sovereignty of the Boko Haram. 10 years ago, Maiduguri, why my very good friend, a champion of the Margi nation, calls home, Governor Amadu Kinti, was under the control of the Boko Haram. 10 years ago, the hometown of the governor of Yobe State, Wijiba, was under the hand grips of the Boko Haram. 10 years ago, a chunk of the northeast were under the palm graves of the Boko Haram. Maiduguri was effectively encircled. Apart from the Maiduguri-Kano road that was sporadically attacked by the Boko Haram. You cannot venture out of Maiduguri beyond 10 kilometers, you are in Boko Haram territory. And based on the post-insurgency recovery and peace-building assessment report on the Northeast, which was jointly validated by the World Bank, the EU, and the Presidency, the Boko Haram inflicted damages in the Northeast to the tune of $9 billion. Borno alone had damages worth $6.8 billion. 956,453 units of private houses, making up 30% of the total stock of houses in the state, were destroyed by the Boko Haram. 665 municipal buildings, made up of local government secretariats, hospitals, and so on, were destroyed. Our 5,335 classrooms in 512 primary schools, in 38 secondary schools were destroyed. These statistics are just a tip of the iceberg. Destructions were wreaked in Yobe, in Adamawa, in Gombe, in Bauchi, in Taraba. Yes, in some of the states the magnitude was less. But anything that affects your neighbor invariably affects you. If the northeast of Nigeria were to be treated as a nation, we are poorer than Chad, we are poorer than Niger, we are poorer than Afghanistan. And the northeast is a kaleidoscope of colors, made up of different ethnicities, religions, and other complexities. But I want to commend our governors for coalescing into a single cause, irrespective of differences in political affiliations. The PDP governors of Bauchi and Adamawa are the closest companions of the APC governor of Borno State. That shows a sense of purpose. That shows a collectivity of vision. The NEDC had been in the news of recent. Our senators here, our members of the House of Reps, deserve commendation for standing firm against blackmail and intimidation. When the last management rounded off their duties, they left behind in their kitty 237 billion naira, which is unprecedented in the contemporary history of governance in Nigeria. General Paul Tarpa is a veteran of the Nigerian Civil War. He's one of the most respected generals Nigeria has ever produced. And if you are shopping for a full-blooded, detribalized Nigerian, you don't need to go far. In him, we have a leader that we can trust. Even when he came up to deliver his address, remember he started by saying, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And he is of the Christian faith. There was a time we traveled with him from Maiduguri to Abuja in the same aircraft during the Ramadan period. Out of respect, out of decorum, to the Muslim festival in that aircraft. He refused to eat. In his house, there is a prayer mat and a job for abolition, and his own biological son is a practicing Muslim. I have to go down this lane in order to justify the renomination of the current leadership of the NEDC. To blackmail Governor Maiduguri, they deliberately went and picked his cousin brother to be the chairman of NEDC. Governor Maiduguri said no. Let justice be done. And justice was done. And I know I was severally blamed and stigmatized for doing the right thing. But we owe nobody any apology, because it has to do with the welfare of our people. The very existence of our people was under threat. By God's grace, we'll go around the Northeast and the nation as a whole. We just did the groundbreaking ceremony of the phase 1 of the Jerry Rice Hall. Yeah, that is one of the most fertile parts of Borno. And I will crave the indulgence of His Excellency the Governor to give at least 1,000 hectares to Governor Pintiri. He's from the Rocky Outcrop, there is no land in Maiduguri, so that they can form But we have other roads that are currently going on in the Northeast under the aegis of the NEDC. This includes the 32 kilometers Dabna-Garkida Road in Adamawa State, the 53 kilometers Kirpi-Gombe-Abba Road covering Bauchi and Gombe states, and the 54 kilometers Mutainganda Road in Yobe State, amongst others. I will urge the MD to update us on the state of completion of those roads. If the contractors are not working, we will follow their block. They have been paid and they are expected to deliver. We have anti-corruption agencies that can get back our monies if needs be, but we cannot pay you and expect you not to do the job. And Baba General, I will urge your commission to make efforts to look at the Jalingo-Yola Road. The Jalingo-Yola Road is a very vital road that links not only Adamawa and Taraba, no, it goes beyond that. It leads the entire northeast to the southeastern part of the country. We'll appreciate the Northeast Development Commission can look at the Gombe-Bauchi Road. And of course, the Maiduguri, Damboa, View, Little Gombe Road. Right Honorable Baba is clapping because he is a member representing Damboa. And of course, the Bujiba View Road. These are very, very vitally important roads. By their nomenclature, they are truncated roads, federal roads. But who are the people traversing those roads? They are the people of the Northeast. So I will urge you, I will implore on you to look into those roads and what are the modalities for the response of those funds to be expended if need be, even if they are not refunded, so be it. We are working for the good of our people, and NEDC should not be allowed to go the NEDC way. I want to thank the National Assembly for standing firm before the approval. A lot of mudslinging exercise was done, ostensibly to